Всем привет! Сегодня поговорим на серьезную тему. Значит, меня спрашивали в комментариях под предыдущим видео с Питера, да, с моим американским мужем.
Американский.
Что он думает по поводу Олимпийских игр. Да? То есть сегодня мы поговорим про последние события на Олимпийских играх. И так как мы с Питером особо не смотрим никакой спорт, я этому очень рада, да, что он не залипает там на играх, мы особо-то и не следим за Олимпийскими играми. Вот. Но так как вы мне спросили, я заинтриговалась, подумала, а что же там такое произошло? Ну и, конечно же, начала все это дело смотреть в соцсетях, то есть потом начали выскакивать какие-то рилсы, какие-то там фотографии, видео в Инстаграме. И также я посмотрела на Ютубе до открытия Олимпийских игр и показала ему. Поэтому сегодня мы обсудим эту тему, что же мы думаем, да, по поводу того, что происходило на открытии Олимпийских игр. So, Peter.
Да.
Yes. The question was, what do you think about the Olympics 2024 in Paris?
Well, personally, we don't watch the Olympics, but what we've seen on social media is a ceremony that is kind of different than all the ceremonies in the past. Ceremonies in the past were more about showing a national identity of unity, and this ceremony appears to have something different because it's very, very controversial. A lot of transgender and homophobic and lesbian and gay situations. And
Homophobic is when you're afraid of.
Well,
gays.
people are the homophobic with the reactions they're having.
Okay.
And they have apocalyptic and satanic references too, with the decapitations and with the white horsemen walking in. And this is all religious stuff, and we're not very religious people, so we don't see what everybody's complaining about. But either way, it is not very tasteless.
You speak for yourself. This is going to be your opinion first.
Well,
then I'm going to say my opinion.
That is my opinion.
So you don't understand why people outrage about the religious part?
If I were a very, very Christian person, interpret it and be outraged. But I have my own outrage, and I will explain that to people later on after you tell me about your outrage. I'm outraged by what happened at the Olympics, but not because of what most people are talking about. I have my own feelings of outrage, and I will get to that once Vera goes.
Okay, so what, you want me to say first what
Yes,
I'm thinking?
of course.
You want me to tell you in English? Or?
No. You can say in Russian and then tell me quick.
Okay. Так, ну давайте я вам скажу, да, как я чувствую по этому поводу. Я вам, кстати, рекомендую, пожалуйста, переводите, что Питер говорит на переводчики, такие как Яндекс, например. Я, конечно же, поставлю субтитры, но я не могу каждое слово его переводить. Так вот, моя позиция такова. Хоть мы с мужем и нерелигиозные люди, да, мы не ходим в церковь, мы не читаем Библию, но я всегда отношусь с большим уважением ко всем религиям и к людям, для кого религии, да, и вера в Бога – это что-то важное. У меня есть очень близкие родственники, друзья, для которых это важно. И мне больно, когда кто-то насмехается над Иисусом, да, кто-то насмехается над Библией или над другой любой религией, то ли это будет мусульманская религия или баптистская, потому что для тех людей это важно, даже если если, может быть, это не мое, то для кого-то это важно. И я считаю, что здесь они перешли грань абсолютно. Я не считаю, что это была какая-то ошибка или недопонимание. Я думаю, что они прекрасно понимали, что они изображают именно эту картину «Тайная вечеря», где вот Иисус сидит во главе, да, и вокруг него апостолы. То есть здесь мы видим крупную женщину, вокруг нее трансвеститы, и тут же и дети, и тут какой-то непонятный синий человек или зеленый на столе сидит, почти голый. Вот, потом, значит, показывают вот этого вот белого коня, который тоже, я так понимаю, что в Библии было сказано про этого белого коня. В общем, я не думаю, что они это сделали от глупости. Я думаю, что это часть пропаганды, это антихристианская пропаганда. И когда они говорят, да, вот сейчас толерасты начнут кидать тапки и говорят, ну вот какая же ты, да, не просвещенная, что ж такая нетерпеливая, нетолерантная, пускай люди делают, что хотят, да, пускай веселятся, как хотят, и выражают там себя, как хотят. Я с вами не согласна, дорогие толерасты. Вы немножко, наверное, не знаю, в каких-то своих облаках живете. Здесь-то это вот они только говорят, что они хотят показать какую-то там дружбу, любовь. Нет. Суть не в том, чтобы да, проявить терпимость вот к этим вот 3%, да, которые людей другой ориентации. Суть-то в том, чтобы это пропаганда, это самая настоящая пропаганда. И это очень опасная пропаганда, потому что не только они покушаются, да, уже там на семейные ценности, на религиозные ценности, они еще и покушаются на наших детей. Я прикреплю фотографию, где вы можете видеть, это был один из скандалов, где один из мужиков, да, полуголых, у него, ну вот, просто-напросто вываливается часть его мужского достоинства. И тут же рядом стоят дети. I was telling about, like, for me, the religious part is important, even though you and I were not religious people, but I always being very respectful to people who actually religious, and because I understand that for them it's important, and I think absolutely they was mocking the Christianity.
It was mocking Christianity.
I don't think they did not know that this table actually looked like that a picture with the cheeses. I think they understood what they're doing. And do you remember I showed you the picture where the guy losing his bowl?
Yes.
And there's a children sitting next to it.
Well, let's go back to this Olympic committee. Every committee, especially an Olympic that will have 1 billion people watching, it's not one person who make a decision. It's a committee of people, and there's a committee on top of that committee, and then there's a committee on top of that committee. So at least 20, 30 people had to approve this. So it was not a mistake. Yeah. They knew what they were doing. This was not somebody said, let me try this and see how it works. No, many people saw this and they approved it, which leads, it was anti-Christianity, but my portion, what I'm going to talk about, it's propaganda.
That's what I was saying in Russian.
Propaganda.
It's because some people saying, oh, why you care? Just leave them alone. Let them express themselves. Let them be. Why are you so intolerant? But those people don't understand. It's not as innocent as it in their heads. Yeah. It's not so innocent how they want you to think. It is a propaganda. It's a huge propaganda machine that's going on in our world. They want to destroy all the family values. They want, and they actually, they want. I mean, it's not just LGBT propaganda. It's pedophilia propaganda.
Yes.
Why they would bring the children to this nasty table?
I know.
To the table full of perverts.
Of gays, lesbians, transsexuals,
Did you
and
see
people with balls.
The green guy on the table?
You will need to post the picture of the ball hanging out and the child right next to it.
They're crossing the line.
Crossing the line,
and people need to wake up, and people need to speak up. As much as I don't want to speak politics on my channel, people need to speak up. And we have children, and we need to defend our children. Mm-hmm. Because those groups, and I hope that not all gays are like this, because there are decent people who just, you know, they happen not being able to sleep with the same sex, with a different sex. Okay, whatever. Do it behind the doors. Do it in your bedroom. Do it in a gay bar. If I would bring the child to a gay bar and start complaining, then yes, you can say, hey, you came to their territory. But hello, this is Olympics. Why?
Well, the Olympics is one of the biggest stages in the world where hundreds of millions, if not billion people watching. And not just adults watching, but children watching too, because the whole thing with sports is what's supposed to bring people together.
It's supposed to be about sports.
And the reason I personally don't watch sports anymore, because many years ago, sports was no longer about sports. Sports became a platform for athletes to push their politics, their religion, and whatever other ideas they had. For example, my biggest problem as an American with the whole Olympics is that this basketball player called LeBron, who is a horrible human being, totally anti-American, every time they're singing the American anthem, he kneeling on the ground in protest because he hates America, and America has made him a billionaire. This is the man who carrying the torch, the flame of the Olympics for America. How can they make such a stupid decision and put this person in charge of the flame? That's why I don't watch Olympics anymore. But the whole propaganda about 3 or 4% of the population of the world, meaning gays, lesbians, transsexual people, do not represent the rest of us. Why are they putting these people on a stage? Well, France is very, very liberal, very, very left-leaning. Some people would say France is socialist democracy. I don't know, I'm not into politics that much, but any country that purposely pushing their face, their France, as an identity of having gays, lesbians, transsexuals, and pedophilia for the world to see, this is not healthy, because people like myself and Vera, we will see people with balls hanging out next to a child, and we are disgusted by this.
I don't think everybody was noticing that.
And most people don't know it, but it should not be allowed.
I would put the picture for the ones who missed it, that it is happened. Why?
It did happen.
It did happen. It's just one crazy thing on top of another. What they was even thinking about. And then they tried to apologize, like very slightly. Oh, we just wanted to show some kindness and
they wanted to show some inclusion.
Bullshit. It's a propaganda. They know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they did. It doesn't happen by accident.
Yes. And it's good that people outrage, because people they don't sell as many tickets that they should. And a lot of bloggers talking about it, and they saying you need to boycott the Olympics, and you should not watch it, and you should not buy the tickets, and you should teach them a lesson. This is what we think. You don't cross the line, okay? I mean, Lady Gaga have dancers around her. Obviously, some of them are gays. We don't care.
We don't care. They dance good, that's fine.
What's happened on that table and that scene, it's like over the top. Over the top. It's just crossing all the lines. And you did not even probably notice how that ball fell out of the pants of that man, and there was children standing right next to.
So be prepared, because Vera is going to show you a ball hanging out next to a child. It's not very pretty to look at.
As much as I'm trying to keep my channel positive, I am a mother, and we all need to speak up. I mean, I don't want to talk politics, but this is the bullshit. This is bullshit. This is a sports event. It's not even some kind of a like MTV awards, where, okay, they all artistic people, let them be, let them do whatever they want. They're a little crazy, that's fine. This is a sports event. The children are supposed to be looking at the athletes and take the athletes as an example, as a role model. The children are supposed to watch them and be like, oh my God, I want to be like this. The strong, the fast, the badass. But no, they're looking at the table full of sick people.
Mentally ill.
Well, not just mentally, but physically, mentally.
The whole thing.
I mean, everything
Nobody
is so
there is a role model.
wrong about it. Come on. When people gonna wake up?
Yeah.
Let's
hope people wake up.
People did wake up, yes. And this is how we feel. Absolutely disgrace to the...
It's a disgrace, yes. It's a disgrace. It should not have happened. France knew that what they were doing, and we should boycott France too, because any country that thinks that this is okay, nobody should go there on vacation anymore. Let's boycott France. I'll never go back. So Vera,
I can't say that because I still want to see some cute villages in France. I'm sure some people who watching me are Democrats. Some people maybe have gays in their families and they, being defensive.
we have gay friends too, but our gay friends don't do this.
Yeah,
they don't do
not
this.
all gays like this. Like there is a gays and lesbians, and they understand that you don't have to look like a circus. You don't have to be a clown. You can be a normal human being and just do whatever you want to do, like in appropriate places. There's the gay bars. There's a places where
There's gay hotels. There's gay beaches. There's
yeah,
gay clubs.
yeah,
There's
just
gay
go
everything.
there,
Go
do
there.
whatever you want there.
Don't come to family events to show it off big time.
Don't go to sports events.
Yeah.
Come on, who want to watch the sports after this? Yeah. And then no wonder in America and in Europe, children in the school want to change their sex.
Yes, we have 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old children who are boys who want to become girls. Girls want to become boys because the propaganda saying
it's propaganda,
it's good,
absolutely.
be what you want to,
Back
cut your penis off.
Back in the days, nobody really wanted to become a different sex. It was such a small percentage. It's go through the roof because they have such a not soft minds, like
weak minds.
So whatever you put in their brain, they take it as it is. A lot of children then confused. I mean, they're playing cats and dogs. They believe that they're cats and dogs. Of course, if you will tell them, hey, why don't you try to be a boy when you're a girl? They should be like, why not? I like to climb the trees. I like to ride the bicycle. Maybe I am a boy. And this is how it goes. And then in some states, in some crazy democratic states,
like California,
they even have a law where the child can start the procedure
without the consent of the parents.
This is crazy. This is abuse of the children. It's absolute abuse.
Yeah, because when the child becomes older and realizes that it lost his penis and wants to be a boy again, then it's too late.
Of course, and all this therapy, all this hormonal therapy, and there is some people who's speaking up, who's saying, yes, I did the transition. I thought it's gonna make me happier, but it did not, and they regret about it. So
okay, we went off topic here.
Yeah, back to Olympics.
Back to Olympics. The Olympics just opening the page for this, and a lot of people are religiously outraged. And a lot of people are outraged by the other ramifications that we saw of the whole LGBT being normalized so that the children that view the Olympics get brainwashed from fresh. That's what we are outraged about. Of course, everybody is entitled to their own outrage, and we agree with it.
Well, you see, here's my other questions, especially to people who are tolerant and who don't understand why we're not tolerant. Here's my other question to you guys as well. What's the necessity, right?
Necessity.
What's the necessity of putting such controversial show? Is there really nothing else to show? I mean, Lady Gaga was fine with this, feathers. Even Beyonce was fine. I kind of liked her, performance. She was wearing American stuff, blowing hair, pretty cute. What's the necessity of putting such show that everybody will talk about it? And now here's another question.
No, not a question. We have to bring the fact that because there is so much controversy with the opening ceremony, now you have a large population of the world that doesn't want to watch the Olympics anymore because they hate it. And who's suffering? The athletes.
The athletes.
They trained all their life to get a gold medal, and now people, not like us, other people say, I'm not watching the Olympics because of this bullshit that they put at the opening ceremony.
But nobody even talking about sports anymore,
Yeah,
because
nobody's talking about
everybody's
sports.
talking about what's happened during the opening. Everybody's talking about the LGBT and whatever happened at that table. And those people, they trained for so long to be there, and nobody really care about what they're gonna do now.
Yeah, nobody knows who's winning a gold medal unless you're following it.
Later on in the history, people will be like, "Oh, Olympics in Paris, yeah, we remember. It was a big scandal." I mean, nobody will be thinking like who won, what's happened in the sports. And here's the next question: if this is a sports event, right? How come they could put in the middle of the table very, very unhealthy person?
Somebody who's not athletic.
And I'm not trying to, making fun of the overweighted people. No, but we're talking about the sports, and this person never been in the gym in her life.
No.
Obviously.
Back in the days, the Greek and the Romans were in shape.
She's about to. I hope you know what I'm talking about. The very large woman in the middle of the table. Right, she was presenting.
Too many people online, very, very famous people are talking about it too, and nobody is saying that they're happy with what they saw. Nobody is happy, except maybe a few people, very, very select few people, and we all know they're ultra liberal, and for them it's the best thing since Pride Parade in June.
Well, I mean, even Pride Parade, you can at least, yes, I'm not pro it because it's happening right in the middle of the day on the streets, but at least it's not on TV. It's not in the major event that everybody's supposed to like sit down and watch as a family. Again, separate LGBTQ, transgenders, crazy green guys on the table, half naked, blue guys, half naked, and the children. Separate them.
Yes. That's it. Okay. Bye-bye.
Ну что, перевести вкратце. Долго переводить. В общем, мораль той басни такова, что было бы нам пофигу, что они там делают, если бы это не было спортивное мероприятие, да, если бы это не было семейное мероприятие, потому что дети сидят перед телевизорами, и они это смотрят, и они должны смотреть на спортсменов, как на какой-то образ, к которому нужно тянуться, и тут такое. Детям вот так вот, да, показывают какого-то голубого чувака, голова на столе. Вообще бред полный. Перешли все границы. И, у Питера там своя причина, потому что представлял американец, Америку представлял спортсмен, баскетболист, который, не поддерживает Америку, который если вот вы, наверное, не знаете, в Америке, когда во время каких-то спортивных выступлений, да, игр, всегда включают или поют вживую гимн американский. И все встают, и все, значит, держатся как бы руку на сердце. И вот некоторые спортсмены, которые как бы не уважают Америку, да, они не встают, они продолжают сидеть. И он был один из них. То есть он как бы, можно сказать, антиамериканец, и при этом он представлял Америку. И это вот для него важно, как и для американца. Я бы, честно говоря, даже об этом не задумалась. Мне больше важна вот эта вот картина, которую я увидела, вот этот вот стол, вот с этой крупной женщиной, да, на спортивном мероприятии. Они ставят во главе стола девушку молодую, которая, ни разу в жизни не занималась спортом, явно. То есть человек абсолютно нездоровый. Вот, и как вообще можно вот такого человека ставить куда-то, где спорт, да, где люди занимаются, держат себя в форме и так далее. Плюс, что мы говорили, если вы, может, не поняли, я вам ставила фотографии, что у одного из мужчин что-то вывалилось, да, и рядом стояли дети, что это абсолютно безобразно. И если среди вас есть кто-то, кто все это поддерживает и говорит, да, там, зачем, куда вы лезете, какая вам разница, чем кто занимается, мне есть разница. У меня 2 маленьких детей, и мы уже видим статистически, насколько больше дети в школе хотят, да, по сравнению с былыми временами, хотят менять пол. Не потому что это так по природе у них заложено, нет. Это пропаганда, это чистой воды пропаганда. Дети, они подвержены всякого рода влиянию, и поэтому, когда они видят где-то, да, в социал-медиа или по телевизору, если они видят, что, допустим, вот из мальчика стать девочкой — это круто, что мы сейчас видим, пропаганду такую, то да, они начинают задумываться, а что, если я действительно хочу быть девочкой или наоборот мальчиком. И вот в таких штатах, как Калифорния, там даже без спроса родителей уже разрешают детям начинать терапию, начинать гормонально принимать какие-то препараты, вот, и так далее. И это уже безоборотно. То есть, конечно же, вы сами можете понимать, куда это может привести. Это полный бред. Просто волосы на голове шевелятся от того, куда мы катимся. Так что я надеюсь, что вот это Олимпийские игры, вот да, что мы еще обсуждали, что очень обидно за самих атлетов, которые много старались, да, много тренировались, и в итоге кому вообще есть дело теперь до того, кто там будет соревноваться, если все только говорят о том, что произошло на открытии. И много бойкотов, люди не покупают билеты, люди не смотрят, большие потери финансовые. Ну, так им и надо. Пускай это будет им уроком, чтобы они перестали, значит, пропаганду свою. И, вы знаете, вот странно, защищая одну группу людей, да, они совершенно не подумали о другой группе людей, то есть про религиозных людей, чьи чувства будут задеты вот таким вот поведением. То есть почему в нашем обществе нормально защищать одних и при этом глумиться над другими? Нет, это ненормально. Абсолютно ненормально. Поэтому, если вот кто-то из вас считает, что да, типа, да пофигу вообще, что они там делают, что вы присрались, нет, это ненормально. Одних вот так вот восхвалять, да, на пьедестал ставить, а других просто затаптывать. Это ненормально. Это вот то, что сейчас произошло. Поэтому, конечно, очень многие восстали, очень многие блогеры говорят, что так, ребята, не смотрите вообще эти игры в этом году, не покупайте билеты, не вкладывайте деньги. Пускай будет им уроком. Ну, а у меня все. Пока-пока.